there is a potential for a second life market, when PV sites get repowered, let's say earlier than expected after 7 years, 5 years or so, and that these modules can be reused. However, the big question is you need to find out, or you need to identify modules that have defects for safety reason, and also heavily degraded modules because they won't produce much electricity. And in order for such a market to work, you need to be very economic in that way. So meaning there are some interesting startups working on this topic, and they are trying, for example, a fully automated, a fully automated inspection line where they measure not only the electrical parameters, but also look for potential failures and safety aspects. And I would say there is a chance there that in the future, when they have like a containerized version, they go on a site, whereas the site which is repowered, and they grab the modules, let them through, and then have a decision making this module is safe and can be sold. This module is for recycling only because it's already too much damage. On the other hand, we investigated repair, and there is same thing. Technically, you can repair quite a lot, and it was shown on interconnection, on backsheets, on junction boxes, and so on, even on glass. The problem is always it's a manual labor, and manual labor is the most expensive thing, and unless you can do an automated repair best during inspection, right now it's not feasible because PV modules are just too cheap for that. It's rather easier, or it's much easier just to replace the modules than repair it. Okay. I would say what we do in task 13, these reports are always like, okay, at this time, this is the state of the art, what we observe in research, what we observe on the market and in industry. And right now we are in this strange position. There is no second life fully development market there. There are some interesting startups, but we also hear like, a lot of PV modules just vanish. They don't show up anymore. They are either sold already somewhere else or they're scrapped or so. So it's a thing in between. And that was an interesting, let's say, outcome of all of this. And maybe in 5 years, there will be a market for this, and there will be companies dealing with PV modules, or it will remain more this gray area thing like it is now. And these startups in the end won't have, let's say, success. And I would wish them success, but I think right now it's difficult to predict. I would say personally, it's great to work in a big group with a lot of experts from different backgrounds, with different, let's say, point of views. It's always a good discussion, and it's eye-opening. And personally, also the benefit is, you find nice people to work and cooperate in the future. And there are already have been some projects coming out of Task 13, like Horizon Europe projects. I think what I observed globally is that these reports that we produce are highly distributed and people really read it. So, I mean, I see it on my Google Scholar, where there is the list of my highest cited documents, and one of them is a 2017 report on assessment of PV module failures in the field that has several hundreds citations in scientific literature only. And what we know is that also industry really reads these documents. So I think we have quite some impact, and that's the reason, basically, I think why so many people want to join Task 13, and we continue to thrive after 15 years of activities. So now we finished this work on the second life of photovoltaics and reliability aspects. We will start with a new funding or with a new working period next year. And there, me together with Karl-Anders Weiss from Fraunhofer ISE, we will work on, let's say, testing of integrated photovoltaics, where we try to identify what new needs are there for this new kind of modules. What do we don't need from typical module testing anymore? And that's what we try to find out in the next 3 years. And you're welcome to join.